Hello, and welcome to Educational Specifications Virtual Workshop number 2 for Tonka Verde Unified School District. I'm Molly Smith, your planning consultant from Think Smart Planning. My email is below. If you need to contact me directly, please do so. The project description for this planning process is that the Arizona School Facilities Board has awarded Tonka Verde USD additional capacity for an additional 284 students in the 7th through 12th grades for a total of 30,675 gross square feet. The goals of this planning effort are 1, to identify the current uses and capacities of both the junior high and the high school. 2, to identify the long and short-term facility goals of each school in order to support teaching and learning. And 3, to identify how the current budget will be prioritized to satisfy current growth at each school and to master plan for future priorities. Here you see the overall process for the planning workshops. We have covered workshop number 1 and 2 in this process in our first virtual workshop. Today we will be covering the review materials from 1 and 2, as well as working on some materials for learning organization and starting our learning environment materials. In the meantime, we'll also be gaining some input from individual groups. Today we'll be looking at some virtual tours of pair facilities, and of course we'll be gathering information through our e-surveys. I'd like to go back and review the learning context feedback that we received in virtual workshop number 1. If you recall, for learning context, we were asked to review the unique assets of Tonka Verde USD and current 7 through 12 programs that are working and should be retained in the new design. We also asked about challenges, which were features that are not working and should be fixed, opportunities, that were features that cannot be taken advantage of the way our schools are currently configured or operating, and culture, features that are unique to Tonka Verde in the 7 through 12 age group. Here on exercise number 1, part 1, where we asked about unique assets for the junior high school, you can see we've included a word cloud for you to show all the words that showed up in the responses. You can see some of the larger words are repeated quite frequently. Some of the assets listed for the junior high, of course, are staff and programs and grade configuration. Here on this slide, we have grouped together the highest scoring responses. These responses were repeated more than once on this list. Some of the responses are the development of PLCs and skilled staff, the sports programs, a safe and compliant campus, the interior courtyards control access and promote community, the teaching spaces are uniform and equitable. This is a newer facility. We have a variety of electives, including CTE. We have science opportunities and music and technology. Lots of outdoor space. Different levels of instruction for students. Library with themed weeks. And adaptable classrooms and flex space. Under part 2 for the junior high, challenges, we asked what needs to be fixed. And you can see that the word cloud has some words that were repeated often, such as spaces, fine arts, small areas, the NPR, and the arts areas were mentioned more than once. Here you can see the top answers that came back from that exercise. Fine arts spaces are too small. Classroom technology is old. We have limited hands-on or collaborative learning space. Our locker rooms are limited. The campus is limited in its capacity to accommodate growth, and the courtyard is congested. In exercise 1, part 3 for the junior high, we asked about opportunities. What features cannot be taken advantage of as we are currently operating? You can see that the larger words again mention spaces and art in the NPR and STEM. Here on the next list, you can see the top answers that were listed were that the STEM room and AV are not being used to their full potential. STEM clubs and workshops could be offered. The art room is not being used to its full potential. The fine arts classes are scheduled into existing spaces, which is difficult. The outdoor learning spaces are not used to their fullest advantage, and flexible furnishings. In exercise 1, part 4, when we looked at culture for the junior high, you see in the word cloud that some of the larger words are involvement and grade level and school community involvement. Here on the next list, you can see the top answers were high community involvement and pride, high performing schools, small school feel with a family atmosphere, new elective learning opportunities at this age group, Tonka Valley identity and diversity, expectations of success, a culture of learning, social emotional maturity and academic capabilities, 7th and 8th grade trips, and extracurriculars. Next, we asked the question about unique assets for the high school. And you can see the larger words are the programs and the campus and facilities and administration. Here on our next chart, you can see that our unique assets at the high school are campus layout and outdoor circulation in spaces, the small community and campus feel, the variety of AP and honors courses, the JTED and CTE programs, the after-school activities and sports, the teachers and staff that think out of the box, diversity of programs, DECA and mock trial, and location and proximity to the Santa Catalina is inspiring. Here in part 2, challenges for the high school. In this word cloud, you can see that limited in space and campus and programs, outdoor spaces come up quite frequently. Here on the list, you can see that top answers are science labs are limited and outdated. Technology and equipment on the campus needs updating. No central campus entry point. More money is needed for student council. Outdoor athletic facilities need track and field equipment. Extended CTE facilities and equipment are in need. Campus and student auditorium are needed. Teachers own classrooms, which makes flexibility limited. Locker areas are too small and unusable. The campus has a middle school feel, given that its history is that it was a middle school before. There's limited growth area. Need more collaboration spaces, not enough restrooms, and student parking and flow is limited. Here in part 3, opportunities for the high school. You can see in the word cloud some of the larger words are need space, campus improvement, outdoor, tennis courts. And here on the list we have that the outdoor space is disjointed. We'd like to create outdoor classrooms. Extended career and technical education opportunities, including IT, are needed. Outdoor athletic facilities and track and field need to be prepared. Science labs need improving. A student auditorium is an opportunity. Authentic learning experiences is an opportunity. And the Library Media Center could use rethinking. And exercise 1, part 4, culture for the high school. You can see that the larger words are student activities, students comes up multiple times, campus, community, teachers. Here on the list of the highest scoring answers, we have strong community and parent involvement, student and community pride at Tonka Verde USD, small community high school experience, comprehensive high school with a full range of activities and opportunities. Outdoor campus circulation allows students to spend more time outside. Teachers are excellent at connecting with students. High academic success, and teachers are supported with PLC groups. Here, for exercise 3, we would like for you to click the link, the survey link below, to rank the top concepts mentioned for learning context. The link here is below. You can type it into your browser, or you can use the link from the initial email that you got for this workshop. Please come back to when you finish. Next, we'll be reviewing the learning process feedback. Here we asked about curriculum, instruction, and assessment. We asked next generation curriculum should be, and the word cloud shows some pretty big words here with skills and critical thinking and experiential, flexible, and foundational skills highlighted. Here on the list you can see that many ideas were listed. Collaborative, foundational skills should be emphasized. Relevant, future-ready skills, emphasizing the 4 C's. Personalized, challenging and diverse. Critical thinking and inquiry. Flexible, organic, with individual student choice. Student exploration of individual interests with teacher as a guide. 21st century academic, professional, and personal skills. Experiential, hands-on learning. Career and work-ready and college-ready skills. Communication skills. Problem-solving. Creative, both in delivery and outcome. STEAM curriculum, which is science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, and leadership skills. Here, when we asked about instructional methods, you can see some of the larger words that came out were personalized, collaborative and interactive, differentiated, individually paced. And here are the top concepts: collaborative and interactive, individually paced, personalized and differentiated, relevant, experiential, internships, critical thinking and inquisitive, hands-on, student choice and voice, technology-rich, project-based, smaller class sizes, creative thinking, and interdisciplinary. When we asked about methods of assessment going forward, you can see on the word cloud, large words here are feedback and discussion, looping and pre-assessment, multimodal, group projects, timely assessments. And here on our list, we see that top concepts were to incorporate pre-assessments with the feedback loop, goal-oriented assessment, group feedback and discussion, self-assessment, timely assessment, embedded formative assessments, standards-based, meaningful and actionable, project-based, specific and frequent, flexible and multimodal, and workplace partnerships, authentic learning. For exercise 4, click the link below or copy it into your browser. Remember, the link is provided in the initial email for this workshop. Presentation 1 for virtual workshop number 2, we're going to be looking at trends in 7th through 12th grade learning spaces. So we will be looking at some middle or junior high schools and some high schools as we go along, keeping in mind that many of these projects were funded with far more funds than we will have for our project, but they will give us ideas for our future master planning of each site and what we would want to add in the future. So the concepts that we see are important to our feedback for the projects we'll be working on. We'll start by looking at Meadowdale Middle School, which is in Linwood, Washington. You can see here in the first picture that the circulation corridor is also used for small group and breakout spaces for the students to do individual work. Another picture of the same hallway shows the classrooms on the left feeding out into the small group areas for the students to do small group and individual work. Here in a STEM or hands-on lab, the students are working on hands-on projects. The reels from the ceiling are providing flexible and power that can be moved around as the instructor wishes. And you can see at the far end of the picture on the right, a door to an outside learning area and a roll-up door for larger projects to be moved outside. You can see here the main dining area for the school is located right at the front door with steps that go up to the door, and these steps can be used for students to sit on and collaborate and do homework at lunchtime and so forth. Here at the top of the steps you can see individual cafe style seating where students can plug in their devices and do work and overlook the dining area. You can see that the organizational concepts for Meadowdale Middle School incorporate active learning, project-based learning, student engagement areas, collaboration, student-directed learning, community STEM partnerships, integrated curriculum, innovative technology and technology freedom, personalized learning, environmentally friendly, sustainable green campus, inquiry, exploration and curiosity, creativity, I.J. Holton Intermediate School, located in Austin, uses multi-use breakout areas between classrooms for students to group not only from their own classroom, but students can group amongst different classrooms if there's a small study group. You can see the technology that's provided in the lower picture. Students can plug in their devices and guide presentations, become leaders, with the teacher guiding, of course. And you can see that graphics are used throughout the campus for interactive learning. You can see that in the bottom left corner there's a picture of a flexible wall that opens the classroom into the multimodal flexible group area. Organizational concepts for I.J. Holton Intermediate School are active learning, critical thinking and problem solving, project or problem-based learning, student engagement, collaboration, student-directed learning, community STEM partnerships, integrated curriculum, innovative technology freedom, personalized learning, inquiry and exploration and curiosity, creativity, professional development, diligence, and communication. Booker T. Washington is a STEM academy that incorporates K through 8 students. Here we can see the front door of Booker T. Washington in Illinois. The front door is clearly demarked, which is really helpful for student safety and community knowing where to go when they come onto campus. You can see the hallways are used for breakout areas. The glass walls can be opened or closed to create more space for teachers to let students spread out, or they can be closed for lectures and other activities. The science and hands-on wet lab areas, which could also be used for art or other projects, incorporate flexible furnishings. Here in another breakout area, lots of project work can happen. This is a commons area in the school, so this can be, furnishings can be moved around, flexible, set up for multiple activities, larger groups and so forth, with doors leading out to an outdoor learning space in the back with a rain barrel catching rain. Here the dining area is self-serve for the students. You can see the dining in the background with the yellow wall, and the bus circulation is lined up right outside the dining, so the students can go straight in for breakfast if that's what they so choose. A small gymnasium is set up for middle school level sports with games and activities. And the concepts for Booker T. Washington STEM Academy are much the same as some of our other schools: active learning, critical thinking and problem solving, project-based or problem-based learning, student engagement, collaboration, student-directed learning, community STEM partnerships, integrated curriculum, technology freedom, personalized learning, environmentally friendly, sustainable green campus, diversity, inquiry and exploration and curiosity, creativity, whole child, physical and emotional wellness, professional development, diligence, and communication. The next school we'll look at is a high school, V. Sue Cleveland High School in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Cleveland High School entry is clearly demarked, as you can see here, by the flags and the graphics and so forth. It's one of the most important safety considerations we can think about on a school campus, is that we can find the front door and that all traffic is directed through one point of entry. Here you can see the campus plan. Sue Cleveland is a pathway school. Students follow a career pathway throughout their high school experience, either the Academy of Design, Science, Arts, or General Studies. The core facilities are located on the bottom: cafeteria, student commons, media center, performing arts with an interior courtyard, and the studio or academies areas are one connected building there to the north. The school design has created an interior courtyard for students to gather. Learning studios are built with flexible space and open into central commons areas within the school. Teachers can rearrange furnishings quickly and with lots of natural light, have plenty of light for presentations and schoolwork. The students' collaboration space directly adjacent to the classroom areas allows students to work individually in both comfortable furniture and table areas with a variety of teaching tools to assist. As you can see, there's transparency in the academy, meaning that there are windows looking in from each classroom into the collaborative space so that students are observed at all times. The media center is open with lots of natural light, and all of the bookshelving is movable. The area can be reconfigured for a number of configurations. The dining area is easily cleaned with lots of small group seating. You'll see along the wall areas for 2 or 3 students to sit in individual groups, offering different student group seating areas throughout the dining. The Performing Arts Center was built on a separate bond for the city of Rio Rancho, but serves the school in a very nice way. A beautiful auditorium with performing arts stage is present. The Performing Arts Center is adjacent to all of the fine arts activities on the campus. The indoor gymnasium seats at least 1/2 of the school, with the bleachers expanding to seat another 1,000 students. The athletics and weight training area is sized properly for an athletics program. The exterior athletics facilities on site support the athletics program. And here you see a site plan of Sioux Cleveland High School, with athletic facilities to the bottom, fields and so forth, and the school you can see at the top. Organizational ideas for Sioux Cleveland High School is that it's a comprehensive high school covering all grades 9 through 12 with comprehensive subject areas. Students are organized into pathways or career path. Administration and counseling follows the 9 through 12 grades. Those groups are stationed with their students in their academy, and each year that the students are promoted to the next grade, those administrators and counselors move their office to follow that group of students through high school. The school is organized around a main street spine, both with indoor and outdoor circulation, and is anchored by the large boxes on the ends of the school, the gym, and the cafeteria. The next school that we will be looking at is Tom Glenn High School in Leander, Texas. Tom Glenn High School is 434,000 gross square feet and serves 2,600 students. Built for $97.5 million in 2016. Here you see a picture of the entry of the brand new school, with the flagpoles and the entry lobby clearly demarked so that visitors know where they need to go. Here in a diagram of the school, you can see that the large areas such as gym and fine arts and auditorium extend off of the main wings, with the school being designed around a large commons areas and providing academic clusters or pods there in yellow, and science as well in yellow to the far right. Here you can see that the commons and the courtyard area have become the main gathering space for the students. In the commons areas, the students access food service, and they have areas to sit and do homework and work together in groups, or to go out into the courtyard for outdoor learning activities, or eating outside, or just generally socializing. Here you can see in the big red arrow that this is where visitors and students enter into the school. The administration has lots of visibility to the commons area. The food service, the auditorium, the library, and the academic wings all also connect to these areas. Looking at the second floor, you can see that the academic wings have staircases which basically lead to the main commons area below. Here is a picture from the second floor of the commons, dining, and collaboration space. Lots of seating can be moved around in different groupings. Some seating along the wall is for individuals, other is for larger groups of students. You can see the food service there to the left where the students are picking up some snack bar items. The Career Commons also accesses the main commons area. Built for ease of student use, the students are encouraged to work on their college applications throughout their time in high school. Student breakout areas and small group collaboration spaces exist both in the open areas and in partially enclosed areas, as you see in the boxed-in area in the middle of the slide. To the left, you can see a classroom which has full visibility, but has blinds built into the windows. Those blinds can be opened during times that the instructor wants full visibility to the commons area, or closed if they should need more privacy. The theater and lecture hall is built for 300 seats and small group performance. Athletics is fairly modest, not an overly large athletics area for the school, and it seats about 1/2 of the school population. Organizational ideas for Leander High School are comprehensive high school, the learning communities with collaborative areas. Science in this school is in its own department. Transparency throughout, flexible furnishings, integrated teacher prep areas in the student communities. Student union and courtyard is an organizing element for this school, and the school is all under one roof. Next, we'll be looking at Kelly Walsh High School in Casper, Wyoming. Kelly Walsh is 335,685 gross square feet and serves 1,800 students, built in 2017 for $86 million. The student collaborative / dining area is open with lots of flexible furnishings. You can see along the wall to the left that booths for students, smaller groups of students, are built in. Tables in the back are movable and seat larger groups. And here in the foreground of the picture, you see some soft furnishings for students to relax and work in. One of the organizing elements in this school is a grand stair from lower floor to upper floor, where students can use the stair for circulation and also use the stair for meeting areas, seating, and charging their devices. The media center is on the upper floor. It is not as large as some media centers, but serves the school. Individual seating in the media center along the wall. Small group and informal seating with whiteboards. And dining there on the right. This school is designed around 4 learning academies. the Academy for Creative Arts, Communication and Design, the Academy for Business, Agriculture, Natural Resources, the Academy for Architecture, Construction, Manufacturing, and Engineering, and the Academy of Health Sciences and Health Services. Athletics includes an indoor running track, as is appropriate for a northern school. And on the right you see weight areas for athletic training. Kelly Walsh High School, you can see in the rust color at the bottom of the screen, is all under one roof with connected academies and venues. You can see the football stadium to the north with athletic fields to the west. Organizational ideas for this school are that it is a comprehensive high school with pathways academies, with collaborative areas, transparency, flexible furnishings, a student union area with learning stairs, which is an organizing element for the school, and is all under one roof. Klein Cain High School in Houston, Texas is our next school. Klein Cain is 679,000 square feet, and it serves 3,600 students, built in 2017. This is one of the larger schools we'll be looking at. You can see from the entry of this school that it is very evident where the front entry is for visitors. Here, looking at a floor plan, the main entry is in the middle in the rust color, and then the other wings span off of that main entry with a main street straddling the school from west to east. You can see in the blue color the small learning communities, with the other facilities in the other colors, the fine arts and athletics there to the northeast, the band and stage and orchestra and auditorium, and some CTE facilities there to the northwest, some business, marketing, and drafting facilities at the bottom on the southwest of this plan, and art, health science, trades, education, journalism to the southeast, with the learning library being a central organizing element and outside learning flowing off of that. Here you can see the second floor with more learning communities above the lower floor. Here we're looking at some three-dimensional drawings of the classroom areas. You can see that the classrooms in this school are L-shaped, flexible classrooms, allowing each classroom to have a little dog leg for some small group collaboration areas. Transparency to the hallway areas and collaborative areas is also included. Here at the Learning Commons Hub, you can see what is called a think tank for students to be able to meet, do group projects, and work individually. The Learning Commons Hub includes some booth seating, like in a restaurant, lots of plugs, soft seating, lots of natural light. The think tank you can see here from another view is glassed in. Organizational ideas for this school are that it is a comprehensive high school, includes small learning communities with collaborative areas, transparency from one area to another, flexible furnishings, a student union, and is all under one roof. Johnston High School in Iowa is our next school. Johnston High School is 369,000 square feet, serves 1,800 students, was built in 2017. Here you can see the large canopy directing a visitor right where they need to go into the entry. The site plan, as seen from above, shows that the school is connected all under one roof with courtyard elements throughout. Here you can see in these floor plans the integrated learning communities with collaborative spaces. We can see that the educational classrooms are in orange with commons areas in peach colored and flexible areas in pink. You can see that the light pink administrative professional areas are included throughout. Athletics are included on the end of the building on the west. Career and technology facilities are also integrated into the campus. Here we see a student collaboration area with dining, different opportunities for student seating, and connection to the outdoors courtyard area. Student circulation has lots of transparency looking to the outdoors with natural lighting. And a STEM lab is flexible and has transparency to the circulation corridor and the exterior. The lecture hall is slightly larger than some of the other schools we've seen, but doesn't seat the whole high school. Organizational ideas in this school are that it's a comprehensive high school, small learning communities with collaboration, administrative teacher work areas and flex areas, lots of transparency, courtyards to incorporate natural light, and is all under one roof. Design Tech High School in Redwood, California is the next school we'll be looking at. 64,000 gross square feet and accommodates 550 students, was built in 2018. Here you can see the entry to the school under the canopy with the white columns and the entry marquee to the left side of the drawing. Here the design concept is that the classrooms are flowing around collaborative areas and flow together with a natural Main Street type design. In this school, integrated learning communities utilize maker areas and collaboration spaces. Here we have in the orange a design realization garage, which is a STEM area. We have classroom neighborhoods, breakout learning spaces, the lobby. Number 5 is the dining area. Science labs are in pink. Science labs are number 6. Faculty spaces are number 7. And outdoor learning spaces, number 8. Here on the second level, you see that science areas and STEM areas are in towards the center in orange. Classroom areas are in light green. Breakout learning spaces flow around the classroom areas. And outdoor learning spaces are on a balcony. This concept drawing shows several different ways the school can be configured and the classrooms can be used. You'll see that in-session classrooms are denoted by the blue, whereas open collaborative spaces are denoted by the green. The lobby is a two-story space, flexible area that can be used for science projects, STEM projects, larger gatherings, large group collaboration. Student individual work and collaboration also can take place right on the circulation corridors through two-person cafe seating. The flexible classrooms include wall systems which open up and have whiteboard finishes. The classroom breakout and collaborative space is located right outside of the classroom areas with windows from the classroom to looking into the collaboration area. Students can work on projects together or do larger, messy projects in this breakout space. Science labs double as maker spaces or STEM areas by providing flexible infrastructure as seen on the ceilings in this room. The electrical winds down from above and can be moved around at will. Here in this maker space in the fabrication lab, you see more access to electricity that can be moved around. It can access the larger equipment such as the table saw. Dust collection systems are also portable in this lab, with storage areas located off to the right. Organizational ideas for this high school is that this is a design or project-based high school. Students would come specifically to this school as a magnet school. These are flexible learning communities and provide personalized learning choices. Transparency of all spaces, flexible furnishings, integrated design and maker areas throughout. Collaboration areas are integrated throughout, and it is all under one roof. The next school we'll be looking at is Winchester High School in Massachusetts. Winchester High School is 289,000 gross square feet, built for 1,370 students in 2018. Here you can see some of the newer features of a newer high school. For safety, the bollards out front do not allow vehicles to get too close to the front entry of the school. You can see the front entry into the school clearly demarked with the L-shaped canopy there on the left side of the screen. This is a renovation of an older high school. You can see the before picture there up in the top corner. This school is an all under one roof school. Here you can see that the design concept is a hybrid department learning communities design concept. The learning communities are located on the upper floor, with there being a humanities area, a math and science wing, makerspace in the center with media center. This is a hybrid between a department model and a full small learning community center model. The small media center is located there by the makerspace. We can see the Student Commons dining area as it looked before in the upper left corner and as it is remodeled now. Student circulation includes seating and places for students to step out of the traffic pattern and meet with others, and also includes full transparency from the classroom areas. In the science lab, the science work tables are on wheels and movable, with the sinks and cabinetry being affixed to the walls on the right and the left. You can see that the electrical service is flexible and able to be accessed from the ceiling and can be moved around. The fabrication lab includes a number of different tools for the students to use in individual projects. The infrastructure for the fabrication lab is flexible, coming from the ceiling. The STEM/art lab is also flexible with infrastructure coming from the ceiling, lots of natural light, and ample high ceilings for a space such as this. This school includes a wellness center, which is much like a 24-hour fitness or a gym you might go to. Students are encouraged to spend their lunch hours or free time working out. The physical education space gymnasium as remodeled. Organizational ideas for this high school is that it is a comprehensive high school as remodeled. It is a hybrid of departmental communities and small learning centers, includes transparency and collaboration spaces, fabrication maker areas, flexible furnishings, and is all under one roof. Learning organization, introduction, and exercise number 5. Next, we'll be talking about ideas around school organization. In our previous tour, virtual tour of high schools, we saw lots of ideas about how students are organized, how subjects are organized, how time is organized, and different organizational settings within a high school that are open to us. We want to think about what ideas are right for us at Douglas High School. When we look at student organization, we're talking about class size, flexible or alternative groupings, team teaching, personalized or student-driven learning, content. We're talking about grade level versus not grade level, departmental versus small learning centers, pathway or interest, small learning communities around all subjects, organization by ability levels, organization by all boys or all girls. Many ideas present themselves in the organization of students. When we look at the organization of time in a school, we're talking about how much time do we use our school, and does that activity extend to areas other than our high school campus, such as parks, museums, libraries, and other resources in the Douglas community. We're looking at after-hours access to games, to library, etc. Flexibility with time. Can students pick their own start time? Should we be looking at year-round school or extended day, longer day, Saturday school, or evening classes? Should we afford the opportunity for individual flexible scheduling for our students? When we look at the organization of subjects, do we want to incorporate experimentation and discovery, critical thinking and problem solving, the interconnectivity between subjects, or the disciplinary divisions of subjects? Do we want to integrate student projects across learning subjects? Do we want our subjects to be career and technical driven, such as in a pathways school? What is the logical process for our students to learn a subject? What is the sequential order? Are our subjects relevant? Do we provide synergy? Do our students learn through play or by doing? When we look at school organization as related to settings, do we want to incorporate any of the following ideas into our campus? Flexible settings, small learning spaces, whole group spaces, transparency, breakout spaces, community use space, mixed use space, flexible or comfortable seating, agile spaces, collaborative spaces, natural light, outdoor spaces. For exercise number 5, we would like for you to complete the questions for learning organization that you will find in the SurveyMonkey survey below. When you finish answering the questions, please come back to the next slide. Learning environment, introduction, and exercise number 6. For learning environment, we have focused on a lot of our big picture goals for learning context, our big visionary goals, learning process, and learning organization. I would like for you to take those ideas that we've been discussing and that you have been writing about and think about those ideas in the next exercise. I would like for you to include all the settings in which a student learns: school, home, public library, museums, community, workplaces. You will find these 4 questions on the next exercise. We would like for you to describe the spaces for learning in terms of instructional staff, community, and students. We would like for you to discuss technology and its integration into the learning environment. We would like for you to describe ways to incorporate flexibility and agility into the learning experience for DHS students, and discuss the community integration into our high school, how that would happen, and the learning environment. For exercise 6, please click the link below to complete the questions for learning environment, shown at this SurveyMonkey link below. And this concludes workshop number 2. Thank you for participating, and remember your initial email will have links to all the exercises so you can click on those directly. Thank you.